What is going on YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists, and welcome to this episode of On The Bench with Pete. That's me. This is the paint along, hobby along video that you just put on in the background whilst you build or paint your models. Just something to while away the time with whilst you're kind of on autopilot, I guess, with mundane tasks. That's what I use them for. Things like basing, doing mold lines, you know, prep work, priming, whatever's the most boring part for you. That's kind of what I kind of use them for. So make sure you got some models or a model, brushes, glues, whatever else. A cup of tea, coffee. I've got coffee today. And let's get down to the bench and talk. I'm quite excited about what I'm doing today, so let's get to it. Okay, what you see before you is a commission, or part of a commission paint job I'm going to be doing. This isn't all of them, because I've got some on the go, and some I've already started work on, and various things I've got. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 off the table here, or 10 I should say. So not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10 here, so 20 altogether. And I've just been stripping them. I'm going to repaint them. I've had their initial Dettol bath, so this is what I'm going to be doing. It's just taking off the remaining paint. Now, I had to strip them because they were like, in some cases, 3 layers of paint deep. And just wasn't good. I'll take his arm off as well. I've taken off, well, I've got one arm off. It's just so I've got easier access to the rest of the model here. You know, the paint, it's for a friend of a friend, and it's for her son, and he can't paint the models, but he's really into it, and he just wants them painted up, you know, whatever, that's fine. I said I'll do it. But these are vampire counts. I've never done these before, so this is quite interesting, doing models I've never done before, and this is really cool. I do have other stuff to do. I doubt I'll even get around to it on this video, because this probably will take up all of the time. If I set the clock going, I'll know exactly how long it takes. Well, I'm pretty excited, folks. I'm pretty excited. I know not everybody is, but you know, Necromunda is here, and I've been watching people's not that there's been that many of them, but I have been watching their unboxings and so on, and I like what I see. Well, from what I see, it looks rather reminiscent of Space Hulk in a way, in a gameplay type of way. You got the tiles and everything. That's one way of playing it. I know you can play it in like a 3D setting, and yeah, it's interesting. 2 ways of playing it. The rulebook sounds quite hefty, 124 pages long, but I don't think that'll all be rules. I think a lot of that'll be artwork and lore and things, or at least I'm hoping it will be. So I'm hoping the actual rules won't be too bogged down, you know, with nonsense. Yeah, I had to strip these, so they were just too thick with the paint they had on them, and there's hardly any detail left. You know, it's like, what? So I'm excited for the Necromunda, and we are going late night shopping tomorrow evening, because tomorrow, well, for you it'll be tomorrow. Actually, it'll be 2 days. No, it'll be tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow for me at the time of recording this, because I am actually recording this on a Wednesday, but the Wednesday before you see it, kind of thing, if that makes any sense. So yeah, now I know where I am. And we're going into our city centre, and I'm thinking that might be a good chance to pick up Necromunda. I am thinking this. Well, because we're not splashing out loads of money on each other this year. But obviously we get our own stuff, and what we do with our money, that's up to us, you know. So I'm thinking, I was saving money, I was putting it back, I was saving it up primarily for conventions. But the more I think about it, the more I sit and think about it, the more I'm not really enamoured with going to any, because you don't save any money by going to them. In fact, it costs you more with travel and that, you know. So I'm thinking I should just spend my money on what I want with the extra that I would have spent in travel, you know. So why not? Why the heck not? And I'm thinking Necromunda, yeah, good. And they're talking about, you know, expansions for it and so on, and a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I mean ratio wise, a lot of people that I've heard are saying, you know, they're really into this. And in fact, it was James and his stuff who said he's liking it better than 40k, or it may become, you know, bigger in his hobby repertoire than 40k. That's, you know, obviously talk like that gets me thinking. So I've got a jar of lukewarm water to pop these into. It'll probably just be cold water by the time I've done these, but yeah. There really was a lot of detail obscured on these. And we can't have that, can we? We just can't have that. So yeah, so I'm super excited for Necromunda. I really am. I'm thinking once I've got it, you know, and I'll probably get the Gang War book, whatever it's called. It goes along with it, so I can play the 3D version. Because I got, you know, I got terrain, and I got terrain I could do, and these sort of Underhive terrain things I've seen with walkways and gantries and all that kind of good stuff. You can get some good MDF stuff for that. Really good. It's looking good. It's looking better. So I'm thinking, yeah, I could get some of that. My friend has said he wouldn't mind getting into that. If I got Necromunda, he wouldn't mind playing that. So maybe we could film a game or two of that. Who knows? Either way, it's going to be cool just getting into it, I think. It's the sort of thing I like just to paint even, you know. And there goes my phone. I thought I got all my bases covered with my phone and so on. Well, not my phone. We're turning off the dehumidifier because that can make a racket when it kicks in. Got my heater on because, man, it's really cold today. I mean, really cold. The roof of Mini Warzone was white this morning. I looked out and it was white. I thought, whoa. Let's get some heating on, and then when it warms up, probably get the birds hopping about on the roof. Which is quite funny. Yeah, so Necromunda. I've got some other stuff I want to talk about as well. and it might be premature, I don't know. But I want to talk about my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Well, the fact that I am actually going to be doing one for 1,000 subscribers if and when I get there. And I won't tell you what it's going to be to enter, not until the time comes. But what I can tell you is that there's going to be an element where, you know, you can make a video, and I've done a video of the type that I'm after. It's not edited or anything, I've just got the raw footage, but man, it was really exciting to do. Something I'm really interested in, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, the rate it's going, I may be at 1,000 subscribers come my birthday in March. Maybe. Depends how fast it goes up. Because they seem to go up, my subscriber count, and then it goes down for no apparent reason, and it goes down really quick. Like, I lost 6 or 7 subscribers in like 2 days, and then it gradually goes back up like one at a time, and it just seems to take forever. But so it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back always. That's how it feels anyway. But we are getting there. We are heading in the right direction. Just looking at the contact point on here. Which is odd. There's no little divot. That's alright. Let's get a bit of file action going on here. So, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Well, it's a long way off yet because I'm only at 860 whatever it is. 67 I think when I was recording this. For all I know, it could have gone down by the time you see this, so 867. It's the most I've had anyway, so. But yeah, I will do a competition when the time comes. And that will be quite exciting. I look forward to that. Looking at these join marks here, I mean, it's not glued the best, but the kid who does it, he just wants painted models, you know, which is fair enough. Painting and modelling, it isn't for everyone. For the likes of me, it's therapy. But you know, it isn't everyone's cup of tea, and that's fair enough. So I'm doing this, and they're going to be painted just to a tabletop standard. So they take a lot of prep. I mean, I could take off everything, head, arms, body, the lot, you know, but I don't want to do that. a little bit more work than I am banking on. Right, now this one, that's probably his arm here. I want to talk about what I want to do for my giveaway comp, but I don't want to give it away yet. But I am excited for it, and I'm probably going to get some people say, well, how do you expect me to get that, you know, but I've managed it and it's not that difficult. But it is something that's going to help. Basically, I want people to film something with pictures if they want, but film a certain something, and I need to see it from around the world, you know. So that's going to help me. Man, there was some real lot of gunk on these guys. So no painting for me today, it seems. This takes time. Once I get Necromunda, see, I'm talking about it as if I'm getting it. When I was speaking to my wife about it, I was saying, yeah, possibly get it, maybe get it. That's what I was saying. I mean, for all I know, I could go in and they could be sold out. In which case I won't be getting it, but well, not tomorrow anyway. But I'm hoping it will be. See, my friend, he seems to be up for like any game really. And yeah, Necromunda is going to sound cool because you know, we'll both be learning the rules, so you know, we're on an even pegging there. I mean, he wants to play 40k as well, and I said that's fine. But you've got to bear in mind he's not going to know the rules at all, and I'm going to have a bit more of a grounding of them. I'm not saying I'm a rules guru or anything, I'm just saying that compared to him I'd have quite the advantage, and it wouldn't really be fair. At least get a game where the rules aren't as difficult to learn to start with. We can work up to 40k, you know? At least that's my thought process. Yeah, so these have been soaked and scrubbed and whatever else in Dettol. The old toothbrush trick. I used to use Simple Green, and then they sort of changed the formula and it didn't work anymore. I'm sure there's a gajillion better ways of stripping miniatures, but you know, at least I do it this way. It works for me, you know. So I got the worst off, and then I was soaking them in soapy water, hot soapy water actually, and I'll dry. Well, they're drying now. I'll do this and then I'll pop them back into, well, it'll be cold, clear water, nothing in it, no soap or anything. And then I'll dry them and then I'll prime them. I shall probably prime via airbrush because it'll be quicker. And I'll be honest, I want to get on with Necromunda soon. Right. I think that was his arm, I'll be honest, if I'm being honest. Don't think it really matters, to be truthful. But I think that was his arm. It's getting warmer now because the heating's kicking in a bit, which is good. Well, this one stripped off lovely, beautiful, excellent. There's lots of bits of detritus here, which from the bits that came off, I would say they were glued with plastic glue. Feels like they were glued with plastic glue. Which is better. It's weird. Sometimes when you strip a model, a plastic model, the plastic, where you glued together with plastic glue, it kind of reverts back to the way it was, and it just falls apart, even though it's kind of was like welded together almost. But yeah. Oh, he's good. He's good to go. You can go back in the water. That's good. And some of them are just like, I've got loads of paint in the recesses that I just couldn't get to. That's okay. So, let me know again what you're working on. I always say it. I like to read what you guys are working on when you watch this. I really do. As soon as I get a comment like, "Ooh, is he working on something that I don't know about?" And how you're getting on with whatever it is you're working on as well. Is it going well for you? Always good. Lots of glue and paint in the recesses. It's actually quite therapeutic doing this. More than I thought it would be. Because if these were my own models, they'd probably just sit in a box for a few years before I even got around to them. I've got stuff like this to do with my orcs, and it just fills me with dread. That's the thing about a commission, though. When it's for someone else, you kind of can't do that because you gotta get it done, you know. There's a bit of primer or whatever it is in the back of his knee there I needed to get out. Well, at the very least, these models will end up, they may not be Golden Demon, but they'll be better than they were. So, an improvement. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Improvements. You can kind of tell these are older sculpts just by the way certain limbs are posed and proximity to other body parts and so on. The arms that are separated, I will glue them back on before putting them in this water, and I'll make sure they're thoroughly dry. There's like recesses in the fingers here. I want to dry bit of paper there. No, I'm not using the mould line remover because this is I've got paint to get off as well. Mould line removers amazing, but it's got a specific purpose really, and that's kind of for the new model, just for removing mould lines. It's not really suited for this kind of thing where you're trying to get paint off from a old paint job. Right. Well, the paint's coming off quite well. Going quite well. This is actually kind of new to me, the whole commission thing. I've not really wanted to do it. I personally think it's too difficult to do as a business because you won't make your overheads. But I mean, it's okay doing it for like friends and whatever, but it is not something I'd want to do as a business. Even if you were to charge minimum wage for the hourly rate, you've still got to charge something for your materials as well. It just nobody's going to pay that sort of money. I know that once I've done this, I'm probably not going to want to do it again. So my orcs will take even more of a back seat. I really must finish my Space Wolves too sometime. Right, definitely getting there. This is one, apparently he pulled the arm off to make it look more gruesome. Just pull the arm off, I'm not going to get to it else, am I? Stop messing around and just do it. I'll probably glue this one on right after. It's weird, it's like there was a layer of, on most of these models there was a layer of black primer and then a layer of white primer, and then some paint. And in some instances I'm sure there was like white primer and then black primer. It's weird. But that's alright. We'll get it done. There's a lot of detail that was obscured here with this one. I mean, I could have just painted over it or white or whatever, but that would have looked really bad. You know, paint over paint over paint. No matter how good you are, it's going to look awful. So you need to strip it back. I've got 3 layers of paint in between his knuckles here. It's craziness. I mean, on some of them you can't even see the divides of the fingers, you know, that's how thick it is, and that's no good. Nearly off camera doing that then. Right, where his arm was glued. Gunk. They got some good like exposed entrails on these models, these vampire counts. Quite cool. I would have I'd love to have gotten into fantasy, but I'm glad I didn't for obvious reasons, because they kind of scrapped it. You can still get a lot of the models, and you know, for Age of Sigmar and so on, but I'd like to have played it in its heyday, you know, whatever edition that was. You know, everybody's got their favourite editions of things, like some people like 5th edition Warhammer 40k and all that kind of thing, and they say, oh, that was the best edition, and whatever else. What was the best edition of Warhammer Fantasy then? Those of you out there, if anyone watches that used to play, or maybe still plays, Warhammer Fantasy, what was your favourite edition of it? Nearly there, it's coming. It's like 3 layers of paint on this dude. And the glue in some places. Right, so he and his arm. Did he want it in the arm like that? What could we put this arm in? Looks like the same arm, to be truthful. Same. Yeah, like it's the same part. I mean, I don't know because I'm not familiar with these models. But that's what it looks like. Humbrol Cement. Let's see, shall we? See what I was doing there? It's almost like it's almost like what's the word? Almost like they're not made for this model. Well, let's get some, well, that's not what I want, a file on the subject. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those silent moments, that. That's how bad it was. Caused me a silent moment. Got nubbin on his head, which I need to get rid of. So yeah, I'm excited for the future. What's going to be happening next year. You know, it's all going to be good. I'm excited for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Had to go up to the chemist this morning to pick up a prescription. That was fun. And I'm going up to the hospital this evening. Not for me though, it's to pick up my mother-in-law who's had a, what do they call them? Pacemaker fitted. So my wife and I are going up there to pick her up so she can come home. Yeah. Yeah, this arm always feels like it shouldn't be on him. It feels like it's almost like the wrong arm, which is weird. But Humbrol poly cement, you know, the good old poly cement. Try and get this to stick. We'll be laughing. Right. There's no one there. I'll leave my plastic glue out. Because I think I might need it. God, unbelievable, my coffee's cold already. Not good, not good. Anyway guys, I'll put the lid back on it, on my glue. Plastic glue. I like the smell of plastic glue. I always have done. Probably always will do. Right, I've picked up the next one. I'm like, oh dear. He looks awkward. He's had most of his arm glued to the side of the body of this skeleton thing. Definitely vampire counts, not Tomb Kings as in the other skeletons. I had some of those once. Actually, he looks alright. Just a bit of a sand down on top of his head and he'll be fine, he'll be good to go. So I'm going to be exploring Necromunda. Just excuse me, I'm oh dear. Right. So it's 1:30 now. Right, okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now looking at this one, not too bad. Most of these are alright actually. They've come out okay with the stripping procedure. Yeah, it did alright. Not bad at all. So the way I'm talking, it sounds like I'm designating myself getting a Necromunda. I know there's been a few unboxings, but not that many, surprisingly. So yeah, I'll do one too. For posterity or whatever they call it. So then I can look back on. He's okay. Let's have a look at this one. Aha, now this one is the one that needs the arm. Actually needs both arms now, because I've just taken his left arm off. That's cool. Means I can really get up and under back of his neck and his chin, and I can get all that crappy paint off. And there it comes. I want to try and get some reviews done for you guys as well, so I'm reaching out to companies right now to see if they'll let me review their products. You know, even if I've got to send the products back to them again after, I don't mind that. I just want to get the videos done, you know, and review some products for the community. That would be nice. Oh, there's a lot of crap under the what was his clothing, I'm guessing. I don't know the lore of the Vampire Counts or the story, if anyone does. If anybody fancies giving me a brief rundown on it, that would be cool. This is the first time I've done any modelling since like a week ago, the last time I did on the bench. So, you know, it is nice to get back to the bench. Right. So his arm. Was stuck on like yeah. Great thing about plastic glue, it takes ages to dry. Come on, buddy. You know you want to. It's alright, still got plenty of wiggle time. Right. Try again. Yeah. That's not bad. that's not bad. I can be drying. So I've got to try and get this on here. I'm going to rub the join down because it doesn't feel right connecting wise. Hear those seagulls? Right. Yeah, okay. There goes my phone again. I said I'll be doing this and nothing else. Which is a pity because I've got loads of other stuff I can be doing. Yeah, it's a great shame. If I hold this arm on long enough, I might start taking. I can't afford to spend too long on it. I'm going to get ready to go up to the hospital and whatever later. Right. That one's looking quite good. I'm free to go on these. God, the paint under there, red and black and white. Ew. It's so thick as well. I might airbrush the primer on, just a nice light dusting of primer. Because that's all you need, you don't need thick. I really want to do some more airbrushing for beginners videos. But it's just knowing what content to do for them, you know, exactly. I think there's only so much you can do as far as beginners go. And then it's a case of, well, it's not airbrushing for beginners after a certain point, it's airbrushing for intermediates and then airbrushing for you know, advanced airbrushing, isn't it? Or airbrushing for experts. I wouldn't ever want to put myself in that category. I think that's a bit too pretentious, I suppose. That's the word I'm looking for. For me, anyway. You know, I mean, I haven't won any awards for painting or anything, so who am I? But some of the techniques for beginners, I mean, they apply no matter how good you are. You know, you got to do certain things. Certain tips are handy regardless of your skill level. God, this poor dude is gunked up with paint. Yeah, so if I get Necromunda, do a series of videos on them, the different houses and things. We've got two houses with it, Escher and Goliath. I am looking forward to, if they do all of them, that would be nice. Because I quite like the sound of the Enforcers and the Pit Slaves. They sound pretty darn cool. Pit Slaves, because they kind of, when they like lose limbs and that, they replace it with like weapons and things like spike instead of an arm and all that kind of stuff, so they've always got a weapon. So should they escape, they've got a weapon at hand. Ah, his arm. Just not playing ball. Oh, it's like a bandages he's got. I couldn't tell before, it was so gunked up. Almost like mummy bandages. That's why you only need this light dusting of primer, you see. So let's rub this join down. It's better. See what I'm doing now. Alright. Now how will that go on? How well will it go on, I should say. I'm enjoying doing this after such a long break. I think the reason you get a few long silences out of me is because I'm just not used to it, you know? Not like I used to. There was a time I was doing this every few days and it was easy, you know? I think the less you do it, the harder it gets. You get out of use. You get unused to it, I think. Right, that's better. Pop the glue on. Leave him there. That's good, that's good. Right, let's go back to this dude. And file that down. I want to get this arm on as well. Careful not to take off any other detail. Oh dear, yeah, I forgot I glued that arm on. Still, we're nearly done with it. Stuff it, we'll go for it. Right. Go just hold it in place for a little bit. And then hope. They don't seem moulded to fit the shape of the torso very well. Well, that's because it's an old kit or what, I don't know, most probably. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Excellent. We'll get in there. We're definitely getting there. I could finish up, but I probably should, because this is probably going to take a while, these last two, one of them in particular. So I'm going to call it a day here. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of On the Bench. It's a bit of an unusual one. I'm just literally scraping paint off of models, but hey ho, that's the way it goes sometimes. Hope you got loads of stuff done. Please like, share, subscribe, all that other YouTube goodness. Remember, all brushes lead to war. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.